Hello everybody, it is me, Arifureta, and today we are here talking about Arifureta from Commonplace to World's Strongest, Volume 2 of the manga. Not the light novel, but the Volume 2 of the manga. Now, Volume 2 was pretty amazing. It was like really amazing seeing everything that happened, and we learned so much, even more about the vampire girl, because all I knew about her from the last chapter was her name. And then usually after I read this stuff, I was having such a hard time getting Volume 2 that I was thinking about reading it like illegally online, but then I was like, no, I'll wait, and I finally got it. I just read through all of it. Like I just read through all of it like 10 minutes ago, and I'm like blown away. Like the art style, I realize that the monsters look really scary and really freaky, but they're like so hard to see. But like I can still see what they look like, and when you do see them like fully and like clearly, they do look pretty awesome and cool. Like they look freaky. Like I've said this, like they are making an anime of this series, like it's coming out in 2019 or 2020, and like if the anime does it good, these monsters are gonna look amazing, especially the character designs and everything. Like I saw art of this online on Google Images, and I was just like, why does he have it? Like I saw art from him from the light novel, and I was like, why does he have an eye patch and a metal arm? Because he lost an arm in the volume two. So then after reading the ending of volume two, I was just like, oh, so that's why he got an eye patch and a metal arm, because he like defeated the labyrinth that he was in. He defeated all 100 floors, which was what him and his classmates doing in the last volume. So him and this vampire girl, after he met her, they cleared everything. They got to the last floor, and after beating a friggin' Hydra, they beat a six-headed dragon that was like a ball with six heads, but then it evolved into like a regular dragon, like with like legs, arms, and a head, firing at them. And once they defeated him, which took a very long time, they had to like use all of their power. And then Hajime almost died, but then he had like somewhat of like a BS power up, but it was in the vein of more trustworthy, because it was sort of like that moment like in One Piece where Luffy was versing the CP0 like tiger guy. It was sort of like that where it isn't BS, but at the same time it is BS. But it was a pretty awesome moment where Hajime gets up and then he like is able to protect Yui from not dying and then saving her and then using his final tech. Now his move, I remember in the last chapter he got it from I think a wolf that was able to be super fast, but he like found out that he was able to evolve the wolf's speed, or was it a rabbit? No, it was the rabbit. Yeah, it was a rabbit that like its speed, like he was able to rank it up into a quick step, even faster than a quick step. I'm pretty sure that there was a faster quick step in Bleach, where Hajime is so fast that he can like he's like as fast as the Flash. He can literally see everything in slow motion, and he's even like faster than the vampire girl. And I like it how she thinks that she's like marrying Hajime. I actually really like her personality. At first, I thought that she would be like a tsundere girl, and even though that those girls are cute and they have like a nice inner personality, they're kind of like hard to watch in animes. But knowing that she's just like a cute little sister, she's just so cute. Like Yui is so cute. Like you should really buy this volume and read this manga just for Yui, because she's like so cute. I can't wait to see what happens in volume 3. There was a girl that showed up at the ending that I thought, because it looked like she was looking for people, and then according to like the short story at the back, because just like in that time I got reincarnated as a slime, there's like a short like written story at the ending where you just read writing instead of looking at pictures. And I thought that the girl at the ending looked like the girl that liked Hajime from his class, like that girl. But then I was looking at like the picture of her from volume one, and I was like, well, these two girls have different like hair colors, so I mean their hairstyles look similar, but I have no idea who this is. Like I have no idea who this bunny girl is. Like I have no idea if she's that girl or if she's a different girl or if she's a girl from the class, or I have no idea who she is. But it's gonna be interesting to see how that happens. But Hajime might be lured by her big boobs, even though that Yui has some pretty nice ones too. So that goes well. I like how, just like I said, with her thinking that Hajime is marrying her, how Hajime makes like a necklace and a ring for her, and then she like looks at it with like a chibi like, or just like a face like being like, "What is this?" And then she looks at him and is just like, "Are you proposing to me?" Even in the written story, she's saying that. I also like it how, because of how much like meat he's eaten, like he's like gained like all these monsters abilities, and because of that his blood transmuted to a different taste of blood. So when Yui like drinks blood from Hajime, because she's a vampire, she can't eat food, she can only drink blood. I'm pretty sure that's why she doesn't eat in in this manga volume, where like she drinks his blood, and because there's so many different flavors and textures that she like loves him to death, and then she keeps on saying that. And I would probably say that story wise, this was pretty interesting. How he went from like saving her, like how he almost didn't save her because his personality changed. I also really like his personality. I also really like it how she's cute that she lets him pat her head. I really like it when characters allow that, because a lot of the times where the main guy like does that to a girl, the girl's just like, "Don't touch me." I also like how she even says like how she thought of herself as a damsel of distress, but then she says that because they're both on equal power levels, they're like equals, they're partners, and they both call themselves partners, which is pretty cool. I like how the manga author of this could have really have like pushed down your throat saying like she's a woman, she needs to be empowered, she needs to be all this, but instead they're making them very equal. Even though that she's stronger than him, he can really make up for being as strong as her almost. So they're like equals. They're together. So like even though that she's saying like how she was talking about the whole damsel in distress thing, that is a pretty cool concept. That at least it was just an offhand comment, and it wasn't pushing us down our throat that she's stronger than him and stuff like that. Even though that she does brag about it once, and then he even like the main character says that, but other than that, the fight with the scorpion was pretty good. How he used like tactics and stuff like that, and using his powers, and then also using his railgun. I like it how his railgun is his strongest weapon, but he barely uses it. Like why doesn't he use it all the time? Like I think he said that it might take long, but it doesn't really seem like it took long. I was also wondering where his jacket went, but then I realized that he gave the jacket to the girl, even though that's all tattered and stuff like that. The picture that you open up to in the volume, which I'm looking at right now, is a pretty awesome picture. I also like it how like he isn't embarrassed seeing her naked. Like the old him with the black hair probably would have been embarrassed, but the new him is just like okay with her being naked, and their relationship is pretty interesting to see. I also like it how like like I said, I was wondering why he wore an eye patch when I looked in Google Images, but seeing how the dragon blasted his eye open when he tried to protect Yui from almost like getting attacked, even though that Yui does have healing capabilities, so he was pretty much like being like a man, or like trying to like protect someone, even though that they're stronger than him. Which is it's a noble aspect, even though that he didn't need to do it. It's like he wasn't thinking; his body moved. He was trying to protect her, which is pretty admirable, and I guess in Yui's eyes. And then he lost his eye, and he already lost his arm, so that was gone. So I guess that's why he's wearing an eye patch now. I also like it how, like I said, after he defeated the labyrinth, he met this skeleton called Oscar, like this dead guy that says that the god that summoned him in the first chapter, I mean in the first volume, like that old guy that summoned all the students to this world, he's actually the villain. I like it how the person that made them become adventurers in this world is the villain. It's a pretty interesting fact. This probably is like sort of like other series, but I really enjoyed that aspect, and I can't wait to see how he does it, because he's like against his friends. Like that old guy could like, have his classmates fight against him because he's pretty much a villain now. But they might not say anything because they don't even know if he's alive. I was also wondering how long he was under there for, but because I was wondering like he thought that it's been years when he was like almost dying in the last volume, but then now there's like actually saying months. So pretty much he was down there by himself for a month. Then after that month, he met the girl, and then he was with the girl for 2 months, maybe even 3 months. So he's been dead. So basically, his classmates thinks that he's been dead for like 3 or 4 months, and then he finally left the labyrinth with a magic circle, and now he has like a cool cape, like a cool trench coat, and he has like a metal arm, and he has an eye patch, and he has all these new powers. I also wonder, like, when he ate the scorpion and the hydra, did he still get their abilities like before, or did he? Because he did have the elixir with him. I wonder if that still worked. I wonder if he actually has those capabilities, or maybe he only has his base capabilities. I wonder if him eating those things and drinking those things actually gave him more powers. But other than that, that's all I really need to say about this chapter. I really enjoyed it, and I really am going to like it. I can't wait until Volume 3, because this story and this stuff has been happening. It has been very interesting. And the art is pretty good. This Roga guy, and also the original story by Ryo Shioraki, and then Tayaka doing the character designs. He's a pretty good character designer. But yeah, that's all I really need to say about this Volume 2 of Arifureta. And yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you didn't enjoy this review, this conversation / discussion, leave a dislike. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video of a review or something else, or maybe even the next review of Arifureta Volume 3. So yeah, bye.